Hello, my name is Yu-wen. Today, I'm going to talk about the analytic result of good conduct for San Francisco International Airport. First, let me quickly go through the executive summary. In order to be ranked as number one airport by ASQ, there are couples areas we suggest SFO should put more efforts on. For the key SSQ category identified by SFO, we finding ambience of the airport, cleanliness of the airport, and cleanliness of the washroom are more correlated to overall impression of SFO. So we suggest SFO to put more efforts in those areas. And besides that, putting efforts on air train service itself and escalator, elevator, moving walkway can help SFO have a better chance to be ranked as the number one airport. And in order to have a better rating for premium passenger, SFO should focus on signs and direction on SFO airport roadways. There is a significant number of respondents who are not satisfied with cleanliness of facilities, which means this is a big problem for SFO. And there are some flaws of the survey results, and in order to make more accurate business model, we suggest that SFO should make some change for the next year survey. And here is the three questions we want to answer in order to get enough information to achieve our goals. And first is in those key SQ category identified by SFO, does SFO identify the right key as ASQ category? If so, what are the category SFO should put more efforts than the others? And if not, what should SFO focus on in the future? And for the premium passengers, what are the driving factors that influence premium passengers on SFO airport overall rating, and how to improve premium passengers satisfaction? And for the third question, what are the top factors and to what extent do they affect passengers' experience of the airport environment quality and overall rating for SFO as a whole? So now let me go through the first question. As you can see here, we know that SFO has already identified several categories, but we want to know whether those are the right categories. So we run the correlation to see the correlation between overall impression of SFO and the other variables. And from the result here, we can see that there are some categories which are not that correlated to overall impression of SFO. So we suggest SFO not go SFO should put effort to the other category instead of these two categories, which is internet access and shopping facilities. And there are four categories which are really important for SFO because they are highly correlated to overall impression of SFO, which is cleanliness of the airport, cleanliness of Washington, and ambience of the airport, and wayfinding. And we should suggest that these four areas is what SFO should focus on in order to be ranked as number one airport. And in order to see whether there are some factors which are ignored by SFO, we run down the regression based on the survey result of 2015. And as you can see here, we can tell that the overall rating of walkways and the overall rating of air trains has the significant inputs on overall rating of SFO. This suggests us that SFO should focus on these two categories in the futures. And for the premium passenger, we run down the other regression. As you can see here, the overall rating of roads, which means the overall rating of signs and direction on SFO airport, has a significant input on overall rating of SFO, which means in order to get better ratings in premium customers' minds, SFO should put efforts on direction and signs. And one thing worth to mention is that when we run down the K-means clustering from the result, we can see that there are four types of traveler, and the final result shows that there are total four patterns, and there is a group of travelers who give rating for all area cleanliness under 3, which means there are some users are not satisfied with the overall environment in SFO. And as we said in the before, cleanliness play an important role on overall impression of SFO. So we think this is a big problem for SFO, and we think we should take action to improve this. So we create new variables, which is counting for any areas if customer rating under 3. So for example, there is 5 areas in the survey. So if customer are unsatisfied with those 5 areas, this variable will be 5. And as you can see, there are 91 respondents rate cleanliness of each facility lower than 3, but only 3 of them really left comment to explain why. And this is what we think is the flaw of this survey, because we cannot really find out why customers are unsatisfied with the cleanliness, and we cannot really find a specific part to improve. And based on this, we suggest that next year SFO should have more specific questions in order to let customers to choose whether to answer where they are unsatisfied. So besides recommendation, we create models for SFO using. Here is the regression model, and we use the 2017 survey results. And as you can see, 90% of the error is not greater than 0.87, which we think is acceptable. And this also suggests that SFO really needs to put efforts on escalator, elevator, moving walkways, and air trains. And as you can see from the evaluation here, we are very confident that if SFO take our suggestion next year, overall SFO rating will be higher, and it is more possible for SFO become the #1 airport choice for all customers.